Here. So today I have a very interesting unboxing. This comes directly from the MoYu factory. Thank you so much MoYu for allowing me to test this. It's the Weilong Square-1. So the reason I'm not showing the entire package, just a bit of it, is because it has my address on it. So I'll just open that. Alright. So there it is. The Weilong Square-1. Nothing else in the package. So yeah, let's get right into it. Thank you so much MoYu. I'm gonna make a good review of this cube. This is very generous. Thank you so much. Alright. So I haven't heard great things about this cube. I've heard some people really like it and some people really dislike it. I've heard that it does become good, but only after setting up. Out of the box it isn't that great. But one thing good about this cube is that it has more than one tensionable sides. So it has screws in the layers too. So here it is. The MoYu Weilong Square-1. As you can see here, it says MoYu Weilong Square-1. MoYu. This is their Facebook, email and international hotline. So it comes in black, primary and white. This is the boss of MoYu. This is the cube, of course. Chinese stuff. MoYu Weilong Square-1. This shows the core and the middle piece. This is how the Square-1 looks like, and yeah, so let's just get right into it. First we have a pamphlet. Of course, this shows how to solve the Square-1. I may actually keep this because I don't need 3x3 pamphlet, of course, but Square-1 pamphlets can be interesting. So yeah, let's get right into it. So it's wrapped in plastic here. There it is. Alright. First thing I notice about it is that it's not like the Weilong Square-1. It has a normal size centerpiece where it has very rounded stickers towards the ends of both sides. So maybe that's to do with reverse corner cutting, but the rest of the pieces look quite square. So let's do first ones. Okay, so right off the bat I can tell that the middle layer isn't as fast as the chi. If you see the chi, it's sometimes uncontrollably fast. This is my modded chi. This one is quite controllable, so I like that. But the layers are quite slow though. But it's wow, it's incredibly tight. So I know that will get better. Let's test out the corner cutting. I've heard it isn't that great. It does cut, but it takes a lot of force. Alright. Let's test out the reverse cutting. Reverse cutting is quite good. Alright. Okay, now let's just spam some turns. That was just a parity alc. Oh my god, that went super slow. But that's because I need to tension this cube. So there's the MoYu logo, as you can see. Alright, so let me just give some information out now. First impressions are that this cube is the exact same size as a chi. Right here, maybe it's a bit bigger or it's the exact same size. Its reverse cutting is good, but the normal cutting needs quite a lot of work. It is a very controllable and blocky feeling cube, but it is really smooth. It is dry right now, but it's not bumpy at all. It's like really smooth. So it makes sense that it's named the Weilong Square-1 because it does remind me of a MoYu Weilong. So yeah, let's do a Z palm. Spam some more turns. Okay, so this seems like it could be a really good Square-1 after I set it up and I break it in. It isn't that good out of the box, not as good as the chi out of the box, but I can tell that after breaking in, this cube will be very good. Alright, so let's just do a quick solve now. I averaged 13 seconds 12 to 13 seconds, but the solve is probably gonna be slow because this is just out of the box. So let's just scramble this up randomly. It's like really tight right now. Alright, that's a easy scramble. Alright, so that's scrambled enough. We have a paw kite. So the sticker shades, which I didn't talk about, are quite good. The stickers are fitted really well and this cube looks really beautiful scrambled. So yay. So let's do a solve. Okay, that's a +2, but it's a 14. That's fine. Excuse me. So yeah, thank you MoYu for sending this to me. So yeah. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Alright guys, so I've had some time to play with this puzzle now. I've done a bunch of solves, looped it, tensioned it, put a lot of work into it, and still I would say this puzzle is the second best Square-1 on the market, but it is not comparable to the Chi. Now in some ways it's better than the Chi, that I like the turning and the feel more. It's bumpless and smooth, but it doesn't need to be as extensively modded as the Chi, but the Chi also doesn't need to be very extensively modded. It's just so easy to mod, and this Square-1 needs to be broken in a lot. So out of the box, I average like 10 seconds slower than on my Chi, but now that I've put a lot of work into it, I've come down to just a little bit slower than my normal average, and I do like this Square-1 a lot. It is easily the second best Square-1 on the market. So unlike the Chi, one pro of this cube is that it has 5 tensionable areas. The Chi can only be tensioned from here, from the slice layer. As you can see, there's a screw, whereas this can be tensioned from the slice layer, but it also has 4 other tensionable areas. As you can see, there are 2 screws here, one here and one there, and same on the other side. So what that does is it allows you to tension the cube this way, I guess, so it's not as put together like that. So I did that. I loosened all these 4 areas a lot. I spring swapped and put MoYu soft springs in, which are basically much lighter springs than the stock springs, which is the same thing I did to my Chi. That allowed it to be much faster. I looped all the contact areas, which is again the same thing I did with my Chi, and it's much faster now. I can execute algorithms much faster. But there's one deal breaker, which is that it has no corner cutting. As you can see, it just gets stuck there. It does cut a little bit. Now the reverse cutting is quite good, which you can tell as it has squared off corners but rounded centers here. It's the same thing they do with the 3x3s, but comparing the corner cutting to the Chi, if you're going from like a Calvin Square-1 to this, obviously your times will improve, maybe, but if you're going from a Chi, it's either going to be a little worse or not the same, or about the same. For example, the Chi cuts so much and it's just like effortless, whereas this, it just gets stuck. It doesn't cut as much. It does cut a little bit, but just gets stuck. So yeah, it is easily the second best Square-1 on the market, and it is more tensionable and modifiable than the Chi, and it does have much smoother and controllable turning. So if you felt that the Chi overshoots a lot, like, which I do feel sometimes, but still I prefer the Chi, of course, because of the performance. This is a very nice and controllable Square-1. The way that if you put lighter springs in, it will become fast, so I would just say that lube it and it still stays controllable, much controllable than the Chi. So it's a very controllable and kind of blocky Square-1, which is why it's named the Weilong Square-1, I think. So yeah, it is a very good Square-1. It is easily the second best Square-1 on the market, but I'm still sticking with my Chi. So that's my conclusion and my overall review on the Square-1. I still enjoy using the Square-1 a lot. So thanks a lot to MoYu for sending me the Square-1. I really enjoy using it. And yeah, that is the MoYu Weilong Square-1. Bye guys.